It's a pleasure to the flag.
Producer.
Oh yes, the names on our openings and closings of bits and pieces show here on Voice of Liberia 104.1. It's a fiery Wednesday afternoon. I have a studio analyst. What's happening in Liberia? What's going on in Monrovia? Where is Representative Frank Safoko? Heavily armed men have been deployed around his home in the Lapasi area, in Matari area. Independent journalists will say the whereabouts are unknown. We get a report that the police was dispatched, they were dispatched there on the order of the police inspector general and that of the justice minister. Now he's a person of interest. For the fire that got to the Capitol building this morning, you must sometimes go in a very heated legislative debate on Capitol Hill. Friends have also accused the speaker for a microphone of some odds in the cabinet. And he said we'll burn down the session. So they're saying that because he said he would burn the session down, then he is the mastermind behind the burning of the Capitol building. What's going on? Heavily armed policemen deployed around his school today. As an attack or military shock. Why is Paul Aaron Tissel of the fire service saying that it's an outside when there's no investigation on that? Joseph Newman Bwaga the scene and says, and he said, those who did it will be prosecuted, will be arrested and prosecuted. But you've not done any investigation yet to know who is culpable. But you yet be a passing judgment. The United States government condemns protests and brutality against peaceful Liberians in Capitol Hill. The U.S. government says violence is not an answer. The U.S. government says we should be left alone to protest because protestation is part of democracy. It's strengthens our democracy. What is happening in the World Economic Crime Code office? One page advertised to put authoritatively that the World Crime Code office will be evicted due to unpaid rental fees that the Liberian government. An exclusive interview done by Front Page Africa with the head of the World Crime Code, Dr. Jala Babu. He is quoted as saying, he made some requests to the government of Liberia. Hopefully this Friday they will get it. Where does the World Crime Code go? Where does it go? What was the momentum given to this World Crime Code so much that put so much pressure on Prince George and it's been unfolded by the government? We shall look into all of this. My student Anna Terry, he's here with me today. We shall talk up to the hour. Yesterday we were here again. Was not a firing position, but it cut us off. LEC cut us off, and it disenfranchised many people yesterday. It is not just Voice of Liberia. There are so many businesses connected to LC Grade. So by the time you shut bypass Central Morovia and the Cinco area, it disenfranchised many people. But we are also paying bills to LEC. If you don't hear the things to talk here, go to another radio station. There are many radio stations. They're not forced to hear us. We thought the good, we thought the bad. My name is Jala Emmanuel Gravy III. I'm the nation's enmity. Remember Jala Gravy chapter 1 verse 1. Let's talk and talk and talk, and never shall we fight. Fighting shall never be our portion. It shall never be our portion. Let me first of all acknowledge the guys who join us, then I come back and go to my special studio analyst, Sekou Sharif. I was trying to get 2 other media colleagues to join us today, but I couldn't get any of them due to busy schedule. Mohammed Douglas said, great family. Fofana King said, Mr. Mohammed Fofana, good afternoon to the peace-loving people of Liberia and also the people of Sambudu. David Ben, good afternoon. My name is David Ben. I'm joining you from Red Hill people. You need not to repeat your name in the post, because once you put your name there, when you post your name up here, my name is David Ben. Fofana King, I'm following live asset. My greetings to the peace-loving people of Liberia and the people of Samandu, Gibson Tupa. Good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. I'm Gibson Afonso Tupa. President, we are watching you live from LJ Hotel. Agosin Nyamandimo, watching from Fuya Disolupa County. That's my city, Fuya City. Imana Moloba, my young brother, watching me from Pueblo Road. Ambassador Maro Samuel Duclay. Ambassador Marlon Samuel Duclay, watching from Dupuru. Papi Kuta, watching from somewhere. Duke Milton, always bringing in on the internet. Sometimes the hair looks like
flag of Liberia.
This is no contrast, focus on everything. Internet or university, everything was spoken for it. The song Kekura, I'm watching from Bon County, Sam Midovic, Kato, watching from somewhere. He said, good afternoon, following from the home of Paulo Safoko. Wow, Sam Kato, welcome to the show. Mangel Balangay, watching from Virginia is Mangel Bagale. Jala M. Kamara, watching from Bytown. Prince Kendall Kende, watching from Greenwood City, Sound County. Rufus Wule, watching from Maryland County, Harper. Breaking Limits in Bio, falling from Cowell. Sedu Sako, watching from somewhere. Let me welcome you guys and just keep sending your messages to the Facebook page. We'll read them for you as we progress. Also, later I will announce the number you can send your messages to, so we can be a part of the discussion here on Voice of Liberia. Let me welcome my studio analyst, Sekou Sharif. Welcome.
Let me say good afternoon to Jala. Is it okay?
It's okay, sir.
Yes, this is okay. Sound from this other side. It's okay. Okay, Jala, let me say good afternoon to you, and good afternoon for our listeners. And it feels good this afternoon, Jala, to join you here. You know, I usually listen to you in the afternoon, burning the house, all of the minutes, the seconds, moving towards, your time at 6. And you've been doing a great job informing the Liberian people, cutting across the country. And it feels good this afternoon I've joined you because of the importance of some of the things happening in our country. I've joined you this afternoon so we can look at them from a very fair standpoint about what's happening in our country. is the country progressing or we are retrogressing in terms of the peace of the country? Looking at some of the gains that the country has been able to make in past governments in terms of the peace of the country, is this government really, creating the environment to have these things to be, fully looked at, or Liberians can enjoy the peace of the country, or we in a police state, we want to say, because now and then you see all of the things happening in the country.
Checkpoints all around
Yeah,
the country.
checkpoints are safe to say we have a war, even though there's no war, but I think there's another war. When people, a political war, and also the hardship. When people are living in higher poverty, like I've always said, eating has become achievement under this unprepared government. And so this is what you get at the end of the day, Jala. And I hope and I pray that we have a very fruitful conversation here where we'll be able to weigh in some of our thoughts on some of the issues in the country, ranging from the talking about now in the country, the legislature. And also, I think during our conversation, we'll try to weigh in and have the representative of District Number 9, Representative Francis Afoko. We'll call him to have a conversation with him to know his whereabouts and to know whether he's safe. Because, like you said, recently, I think government heavily,
Heavily
armed by the Liberian National Police under the direct instruction of the former ATU, right? Guy, right? Because Gregory used to be in ATU, or
I think the police, he was a police.
no, during the wartime, SOD. He fought the war. Yes, I have his picture. Gregory Copeland fought the war, right?
I know he was an informer to the police.
Okay, so during the wartime, I'm just speaking about the war. The former, SOD, now the head of the police, through his instruction, to have allowed those of the folks from the police to go to the home of the representative.
All right, let me hold you there and recognize the rest of the guys that will come to the cross of the matter. Let me welcome Sedu Sako, welcome from Bytown. Taris, we are watching from somewhere, Nikutown. Sakidino B. Komau, watching us. Let me recognize. He says, he's walking there.
Yes.
We were announcing.
Yeah, we're announcing. He's our own.
We'll announce it very soon. Thanks for coming. Diallo Solimani is here. Following you from 19th Street. Mohamed Prince Sony Jr. watching from somewhere. Good afternoon, Happy. I'm watching from Brisbane Road, Broadville, 10 for the show. Patrick T. Sack Jr. watching us from somewhere in his comfort zone. Valencia Elijah Sport Jr. watching from somewhere. And all the comments now until later. You feel us, a good man is watching us. Jay Faster Wheeler has joined us. Sonso Wiset is joining us. Adam Reeves is joining us. Zed Ate Dolo is joining us. Alfred Wee is watching us on both content. To be specific, is on board Orlando Collingly. Thanks to him for his daughter's graduation. OE one man getting brother. James S. Mala has joined us. Paulo Barry is watching on Central Road. So Facebook has been heavily posting. People have been posting on Facebook about what appeared to be the presence of every armed man at the home of Representative Francis Afoko. But this is a backdrop. Before I go to the patrol of the police, this morning we got up with the news of fire on the Capitol building. I was broken, I was devastated. Because this is the second time that our national heritage has been caught by fire. When Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was president of the country, we were celebrating July 26th, the first year in Ellen administration. I know at the time, this day was Memorial City Mayor, October. I was assigned with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the Executive as correspondent for Radio Veritas. That fateful day, we were driving up to the mansion for the festivities there. Several head of cities were invited. While coming there, Frank and I, we heard that the mansion was on fire. He destroyed the mansion. And Ellen was coerced to left the executive mansion and went to the foreign ministry. Again, Honorable Ambassador Joseph Nimo Waka as president, this is his first year again. Just 1 more month to go to have a State of the Nation address. The seat of the legislature has been gotten by fire again. So it means that history is repeating itself. Do you know what this is? Our mansion got burned. We are just a month away to another celebration. The annual message addressed by His Excellency Joseph Nimo Waka. Then our national heritage is being burned again.
Jala, when I say something, I want to prove it. Yes, the Gregory Kumo is SOD uniform.
Okay.
Yes, those are the people that are watching. I say he's a former SOD guy.
Oh,
Okay. I just wanted to prove it.
I think it was a police informant. Anyway, so thank you for that. So this time around, fire has gotten the seat of the legislature. Amidst all of these, the government of Joseph Nimo Waka was greeted by fire. Right after the inauguration, there have been lots of fire outbreaks in this country. The homes of innocent people have been burned. The National Fire Service is equipped enough to fight this fire incidents around the country. 4 or 5 days ago, a very modern compound in the New Georgia area was burned down. Kudos to neighbors who went to help to push the vehicles that were in the compound. Aside from that, many homes have been burned. Fire outbreak everywhere. And in the midst of this, the government doesn't even give anything to the victims. Only the national disaster management.
Jala,
So let me get in.
yeah, that is true.
So they, and I'm sure that the game will get so when they go off, yeah, people don't go away, just stay here.
In less than a minute.
Yes, everybody will not prepare for it. You know, they call someone away. This is why they was after that. They call it easy off. So when they call us up, we put the generator on. Yeah. So this morning, the fire got a building there in Capitol Hill, on Capitol Hill. Now the government is putting this thing on the head of Frank Safoko. Why? I don't know. And I see Facebook has been inundated by all of these posts have been dotted, videos have been dotted by Facebook posters. And bringing one to the people saying, when you want, we'll burn the session. When they don't will burn the session, I had the full video I'll play on this video with the hear what was there. He was engaged by the reporters of Capitol Hill from the stairs of the Capitol building, the stairs there, onto his office. He granted that report, that interview to the people, and he even accused the current speaker from the of some wrongdoings. So, why are you putting the blame on Safoko? Because he said that if you don't do this one, we'll burn the session. Now, it brings him back to the conversation of the president when he was a candidate in the election. So, how do you interpret this? I will leave it with you. I will ask questions with you. Is friends are saying that you will burn the session means that you will burn the entire Capitol building? Is that what you're saying? What is the interpretation? Now, Honorable Ambassador President Joseph Nimo Waka was a candidate. When it was rumored that President George Maniwea was getting ready to rig the election, they speculated here. So, the little party folks misled the old man and they said they're going to say something. The president asked, why haven't he does not want election until it takes place? He said there will be the end of Liberia. President Waka is on the record said that. If Georgia cheated the election, there will be the end of Liberia. What did he mean at the time? Did he mean that Joseph Waka would take fire and put it on the whole Liberia to burn it up? To be the end? Is that also Ambassador Waka's statement at the time that he meant to say if we didn't win the election, if the cheaters, it means that we'll burn down the whole country by saying the country will come to an end? Was that interpretation? So why are people now holding focal for saying we're praying now this session to say it means that he is the one who burned that second? So that he burned, he kept the bill.
Okay, Jala, you laid the basis, and it's a very important basis. You said. Let me go first of all because history has been able to get us to where we are when we try to read history as to what happened in the past, and then people try to copy from what happened in the past to make the right decisions in the present. But I just want to remind the Liberian people about the kind of leader we have. And they have types of leaders. They have good leaders, they have bad leaders, and they have rulers. Do we have a leader in our country, or we have a ruler? Leaders are people that lead and make impact in the life of the people they lead. They make decisions that will impact the life of the people positively. Rulers are people that do what they want to do. Don't think about what becomes of the people they lead because they are not a leader. Do we have a leader in our country, or we have a ruler? Now, I would say to you, Jana, we have a ruler. We don't have a leader. Listen to what Mr. Bwaka said. They said when the Christmas will be good, you will know from the Eve. If you want to know whether Joe Bwaka will come and become a leader, you have known from the elections or the statements that were made. Were they statements of peace, or they were statements of chaos?
And those statements that were made before, including his, were condemned by the national.
This is where I want to come from, right?
Those statements.
In fact,
they were
very good. In fact, everyone said in this country, Joseph Boakai is a peaceful man. Later, they began to know that Joe Boakai is making statements that will undermine the fragile peace we have in our country. Mind you, we are living in a peace where because you've agreed, you want to live in peace, I've agreed. But we don't have a very strong peace to say this is a democracy that will nurture for a period of time that nothing can happen about it. Anything can happen in Liberia at any point in time. This is what, and tell us the reason why we need to set the basis so that the people that are listening will know exactly whether we have a leader or we have a ruler. You have a leader. Leaders are people that lead and make the change or bring the change that you want to see. But rulers are people that rule you no matter what you think about, how you feel about it. They don't care.
Like the Pharaoh type of leadership.
Thank you.
But Pharaoh was a ruler.
Because when we want to set, we are saying this, and we want to set Joe Bwaka in one of the areas, whether he's a leader or he's a ruler. You Liberians will get to know from the basis. Listen to what the AMA said during the campaign period. This is what he said. You listen to that? Very good. So a man that wanted to become the president at the time, I'm speaking in the context of the campaign before we come to the present day reality. A man that wanted to become the president of the country was willing to bring and make this country to come to an end, even though he claims he loves this country. Jala, no matter what the issues are, no matter how angry you are about this institution, you will not want to see this institution to burn or to come to an end. But Joseph Boakai claimed that he loved this country so dearly to his heart, was hurt that if he doesn't win the election, it means this country will come to an end. Now let's move. Now it's good that the Liberian people have listened to that. Let's come to the history of fire in Liberia. Is it the first time for a government institution to be gutted with fire? Certainly no. During the time Joseph Boakai served as vice president for 12 years of our country, his former boss experienced
a fire disaster
at the highest seat of our country. not Capitol building, but the executive mansion
When we had international people here, presidents of the
that
world,
were equipped. The executive mansion that is well equipped than any of the government institutions in our country. Gutted with fire.
even more equipped than the seat of the legislature.
So, why didn't the people accuse John Brown, Peter Paul, or Mary? Were there not no lawmakers or politicians that were critical on LA? There were people. You had the legs of Louis Brown at the time. When Louis Brown said, President Weir at the time, President Salih at the time, I desecrated the sacredness of the presidency of our country. You had the legs of Ashley Jassy.
You had a former information minister, a minister rather, American G.I.G.
Thank you.
Who said the words about Ellen Johnson's leave. Later he was given job by Ellen, and they asked him, as when he went for confirmation, and asked him, why were you saying all of these things about the government of himself? He said, I did so because I want to have responsibility to the president.
Thank you.
Those were the critical voices he had.
When you have people that were critical, and by that time we just came from where? War. Liberia is even more difficult than what we have now. It's like people finish cooking the food, they put the soup, they blow the red, they cook, they say eat. That Joe Burger doing now. Right? So by that time, when that place got on fire, why didn't Ellen Johnson Sirleaf run to the point to accuse the opposition?
You're correct. Good question.
What did the people do? There were no reckless statements made as what has been made, but they allowed investigation. And the investigation, that the report of the investigation that came up, it was due to electrical fault.
That's a shock.
Because mind you, what people blame these things.
What happened? Ellen remained resolute until the investigation was done and exhausted without no accusation to anybody.
Even though there were rumors that people said that the other person did it and everything, but Ellen herself did not accuse anyone.
What beats my imagination that I cannot stomach is a president's statement today.
No, I'm coming to that, but I want to start this so that when we get to a point, my parents will understand that Joe Walker is the main person undermining his government, and he continues to undermine the peace of our country. And if this country to reach to anywhere, Joe should be responsible. Right? So that has passed. We come to the legislature. You know, there are videos circulating on social media where, you know, the people do commentaries, right? And then they say, Representative Frank Safoko,
but let me go before you go to that. Let me interject on that second master, right? Surprisingly, and very, you know, I was so much appalled and despondent to the extent that after the executive master got burned, His Excellency Walker was the vice president. Under his watch as vice president and the president of the Senate, there were millions of dollars allotted in the budget every year for 11 years. 1.5 million for the executive master renovation. Those money came into the budget over and over and again.
What did they do?
And they ate the
It was doing George Weah time.
renovated that building.
Thank you.
Ellen was in the foreign ministry.
But here's another thing again.
So that was my disappointment in the first place. You knew about it.
Thank you. Here's another thing. Rolling down to this current issue. Under this government, the speaker has gotten with fire.
Yes.
Why didn't the speaker accuse
Opposition.
the opposition?
The ruling coalition.
Or the ruling, the ruling people.
He is an opposition speaker.
But now let's look at the history of this government.
The speaker was so responsible.
Yeah.
His house got burned. People said they saw 2 men on motorbikes
Yes.
in a 2-bedroom house. He never said that.
Why didn't he?
I never said it.
For the very first time, why didn't the speaker accuse the executive and say, oh, you know what, because I'm an opposition speaker and I'm critical, or maybe because I want to stand for this, we're trying to do this to burn my house. That's another thing. Let's come particularly to what the people are saying, oh, Representative Frank Safoko. Now, the thing in our country here is the uneducated people are many than those of the people that claim to be educated. So what the people believe in,
blunders are done by the educated people.
very good. And this is what we are coming. fellow Liberians, there are two different things here. Two. The differences between section and capital building are different things. Section, that place where people can go and sit down, meaning number of like minds, meaning you are representative, I'm a representative, we go in a section.
And you talk, you
again, we disagree to agree. Representative Foucault say section. He did not say the joint chambers because it is the joint chamber that got burned today. Leading to the rotunda, everything. Yeah, I'm just trying to be specific because
I think you're trying to beg the whole question about how it got.
No,
you say, what is one that got burned there?
I want to set that basis then before I come to
say if the whole building not burned, only one office got burned.
Yeah.
How do you attribute that to somebody saying, I will burn down the section?
There where I wanted to reach. Because I want to explain it that the people understand. Because sometimes when the government wants to put the people against herself, and she feels that she wants to put the people against certain individual or the opposition, this is what they do, and we need to just educate the people about it. Recently, this is the first time. Recently, we observed that there was a fire issue at the same Capitol building. When the people went there, what did the people notice? It was an electrical
connections done in the breakup. And this
so why at that time they did not say
yes, so listen, but this is also my disappointment to the guys who claim to be the majority bloc. They noticed that there was a fire problem in the breaker in the legislature. They never addressed that issue whether there was a water connection or there was a shock in the wire in the cabinet building, right? But they didn't know that they were busy passing budget. They say talking about elect people, new committees. They say trying to remove the speaker. They pay less attention to that building. So the whole thing that happened on Capitol Hill with the burning of that building, we will largely attribute that to the lawmakers themselves. They were careless people.
Listen, when we come to the political side, maybe people don't understand this. The president of the country, whenever he speaks, his speech has a deep influence.
It becomes a policy.
It becomes a policy so that everyone within the executive will want to dance to what he says. What do I mean? The Capitol building got on fire. Every one of us this morning, we were surprised as to the cause of it. Any responsible president or senior government will say we will launch an investigation based on the findings of the investigative report. The government
everyone is comfortable.
Very good. And I'll read you a few of the other guideposts and all of that. But listen to what our president said.
You mean today?
Joseph Walker undermines the entire investigative process of this entire thing. I'm going to play it now. Joseph Walker undermines it by saying those of the people. Has it been established that there were individuals that caused it? Or it was an electrical issue?
Yeah. So is that a reason why they sent police to people's house?
So that is it because Joseph Walker has undermined the investigation. Joseph Walker was interviewed. He said those of the people. How did he get to know that people were involved? How did he get to know the cause of the electrical? I mean, the fire?
I'm very good in that, right? So you will play the voice. But I think it was based on the president's comment that
the police,
with what he said, what informed the fire service director. That they discover a plastic person they discover a plastic bottle with petrol inside. So the entire place got burned. If you took petrol and throw all that building, before the building can let them know,
they will be sitting and waiting for Tesla to pass it.
They put the petrol bomb, the petrol bomb in as pro.
No, they are waiting.
So when they will see there,
it's like I'm
they discover a petrol bomb in the place where the fire was. When you throw a petrol bomb this kind of bottle that I had, this coffee bottle. Before it gets to the final destination, they all are students.
Yes.
It goes to the ring.
Yes.
You can
In fact, with the length we saw this morning, fire there, you even have
imagine that the whole world, that is a world that's strong concrete. It got a crack. You can see a deep hole. So that that's again, bread.
Then
That fire will bring you be the boom. So yes, you go boom.
so listen to what the president said when he was interviewed by journalists. You see, fellow Liberians are saying these things because, you know, when the ruler, because Joseph Walker is not a leader, when the ruler continues to rule in this manner, he wants to plunge this country into different things. And mind you, he's the ruler of this country. He either rule this country the way he wants to rule it to avoid any further issue, or to do it the way, at the end of the day, Liberia should decide. Listen to what the Joseph Walker said today.
Members of the first government, we're in sympathy with them, but the destruction we had is done. We're not going to allow this to happen in this country. But people who are problem, who have the way to remedy all the issues in this country. So that's all I have to tell you. I'm happy that you are here. You will look at yourself. But we're not going to settle for this. This is not a place for hooligans. This is a place for responsible people who are here to serve the Liberian people. This country is poor, and I don't care what they do or build this country for the interests of future generations.
You listen to that, right? What's his name, right? So if a president of the country, that when they ask you and you bring yourself those who will do this, at the end of the day, they will undermine the investigation
Within this
of a particular person. Maybe, a group of people, maybe because you said the place is not meant for hooligans or whatever and all of that. And all. But the very same man that said people got issues to go to the rule of God, the very same man is violating all of the laws in the country. People got any position, you taking it from there. The Supreme Court rule and said something, you violated. When people run to the court, you violate everything.
Is the Minister of Justice to come to interpret the Supreme Court's ruling. Is he now the new interpreter for the Supreme Court? Even though he is the dean of the Supreme Court. The first thing is that he was invited to appear in this hearing, he didn't go there. But he comes and says, I'll be instructed by His Excellency Buakai to explain the Supreme Court's opinion. Is he the one who interprets the Supreme Court's opinion? After lawyers, well-versed lawyers, like Tewan Gongo, the Serena Sivas and others have come and said, concerning was first thing they said on the Spoon Network that the majority blood was in the right. Tewan Gongo would differ with him. They argued that on the radio S-wise. He came back to the librarian and said, I'm sorry that my interpretation against or my understanding of the law of the ruling of the Supreme Court was misdirected. I have come to clarify that the ruling was in the interest of the minority. These are two lawyers who oppose each other, but they agree. But one of their classmates, because he's a minister, he comes and says, this is not what the Supreme Court said. This is a problem. The majority is right, the minority is wrong. But you know, Sekou, me my own I don't president. I don't want to go into the legislature. I think the problem we have here, all of this political tension in our country, as who is right, who is wrong, it was caused by the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court has come people telling the Liberian people, say these are the do's and don'ts, but these are the people, but this is law and these other people on the other side are wrong. You can't have two children fighting. You have two children fighting, and then you are there as a father. They ran to you. That's why when they say children are the person or one of them comes and lay complaint. You are not just sitting there and say you're wrong. The other person wrong. If they have brought a complaint for you, say the man is right, or the man who comes, you say the man is wrong. You must investigate it and look at the both sides of the coin. And for the tenant said this is wrong because you did X, Y, Z, you are wrong. And you why he did only to tell you are right. But the Supreme Court remains very ambiguous in its interpretation of the law. So most of the tension on Capitol Hill is caused by the Supreme Court. Listen. I see the Chief Justice, Her Honor Sianeyo, and the current Vice President. They are very looking at campaign right after the ruling of the Supreme Court. On some people,
They are all good friends.
they go on to open the office now of the owned by the Chief Justice's daughter, a park. They were there very late. You understand? So there have been some issues. The interpretation of the law was flawed, and the tension was leading to all of these without laws. I think placing out the Supreme Court is the main problem.
Listen, the Supreme Court play a part. It is Joseph Walker that wants to undermine this thing. And let's be clear. Listen, a president, like I said, you cannot undermine. I'm looking at a particular point here. Investigation is to be conducted, and you concluded that those of the people. So it means that the police will need to find the people, even if they don't exist. The police will need to find it because Joseph Obama said those are the people. So let me read you Darius Zilong post, even though I'm not a supporter or fan of Darius Zilong. I'll read and I'll read you what his presidential press secretary posted. He said this government will not succeed, development will continue. No, sorry. She said this government will succeed, development will continue, the annual message will be delivered despite the distractions. Violent elements will be dealt with. On the same day that the president spoke, right? So when you at the presidential press secretary, you make me counsel statement.
Do that again.
She said this government will succeed, development will continue, the annual message will be delivered. So it connects to the Capitol building. When you talk about the annual message, because the president will not give annual message to a horse. He comes to the legislature to deliver the annual message. So she said, the annual message will be delivered despite the distractions.
Okay.
Then she continues to say, violent elements will be dealt with.
Yeah. So
I'm just trying to put it in. When the government was
comments and
they had a mindset that this thing was created and this was done by someone. And then Mo Ali had a post yesterday.
I got a post there.
Yeah. So when you look at all
Mo Ali said it's going to be a watershed news tomorrow. What did he mean by that?
yeah. What he
It's
did.
going to be a watershed news tomorrow.
And today, so why is it not inviting me?
Watershed is about a water flowing into another area. When you like geographically, I will go to I don't have the direct definition when I don't write about it. But it's about tributaries or water from different areas flowing into another water spout. But this was done politically. This is political comment. So the C that is unrelated to his job as the managing director of the LDSC Waterman. It is a political comment. Just as why they playing the speaker too. Okay, he said, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So the speaker was not involved. There was a fight in Texas, in the United States, where the guys of Mexico, the freedom of the Christians were in the hands of the Mexicans. They were fighting to deliver themselves from Mexico. So at that time, that word of armor was used. It means people fighting for the rights of redemption. Group of people fighting to redeem themselves from the hands of oppressors and suppressors. You understand, simple? Group of people who are in bondage. They want to release themselves. They need freedom. They need liberty. So when Kofa person say, and they pose it, when he said, it means war.
Yeah.
He kept people going in trucks like yesterday. Or he put water trucks and no. There are people from say it was 1863. They were fighting for liberation. You understand? You know America had a civil war before? America began because they fought civil war for so many years. That is why America supports and supports the veterans of America. So when the Kofa said, listen, he didn't mean that they were buying the cabinet building as it's being misconstrued and misconstrued by people. And there were people who were suppressed. Their freedom lied in the hands of the Mexican. And they wanted that release for them to punish and suppression.
So let's come to the issue. When did Representative Foucault made a statement? Yes, something we made. It was when the head of LPRC, Amon Stewart, he had gone to the Capitol building to go defend certain amount of money. So Representative Foucault was angry because he felt that the Liberian people interest were not met. So he used those words politically. These things happen in the Capitol building. It is part of legislative issues. Have you seen some sections around the world? Like we talk about South Africa and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the people move it all, they have a face light. People do these things. So it was at that time that Representative Foucault was angry because the speaker was protecting the LPRC boss at the time. So he even said in that video that the speaker was protecting the LPRC boss. Was there a time where they had
he's a supporter of the speaker?
Thank you. Was there a time that they had the removal of the speaker? No. By that time they were not talking about removal of speaker.
He was differing with the speaker.
Yes.
That must still be the head of this legislature. Because when there's a joint section where the president, vice president, everybody comes to, it is the speaker of the house who presides.
Very good.
You cannot be the head of the legislature and be taken side allegedly, but it was not confirmed as one of the speaker of this house. So you can be the speaker of this house, and you are allegedly taken side with a branch of the government that comes to executive.
Thank you.
I want the disappointment and disappointment and disillusionment to Mr. Foucault.
So when Foucault said it, the LPRC board was to appear, I think, the next day or following week. So he said, in that context, when the LPRC boss kind of appeared, he was talking about the statue now. He was not talking about the building. So now the people are using what the name said. In that time, they're not talking about, removal of speaker.
Bitz out of that number of Foucault.
Bringing it to the point
that I'll read the comments on our Facebook page. That's not what he is. You're not going to play here.
Yeah, so
people want to grab the man up and what happened? I was so disappointed yesterday. Honor Ellen Johnson study when Joseph Newman Barker was vice president. They had political prisoner in jail. The first political prisoner was Ronnie C. A Liberian journalist who stands by the truth, whose writings have been taken very seriously by every government. There's been reported around the world that Ellen Johnson studied Minister of Agriculture. He stole millions of dollars and he intended to go and spray caterpillars that were eating our people's farm in one country. Because our Christ sued this man, and there was a kangaroo court. They put Ronnie C. in jail for 3 months. He was there. I was vice president, the president of Liberia. We stood for Ronnie C. He stayed there and got happy and released him. Honor George, you have a state here. There were no political prisoners. Again, under this administration, as very young as it is, you grab people, carry them to the police, you carry them to the court in a 4G operation. The court charges them and places them in South Beach. These people have become the first political prisoners under the ruling unit party. First, it happened with Rhodesia. Now it is with Carrasco and the rest of the young people. I saw a female yesterday, a princess. How she was harassed and
let me go to Representative Frank Foucault now. show are having now. Representative Foko, good afternoon. I'm sure you should be somewhere. I'm told that police are going to your house.
Yes, the police came to my house here. I'm inside my house, and I asked my security to leave the gate open. If anybody comes to me, let them come to me. I'm ready to sit there in my living room. I don't know what the issue is, but I received a text message this afternoon after 12 o'clock from Unit 103, inviting me to the council of quarters to go and explain about, they want to ask some questions concerning the fire incident at Capitol building. So I called him immediately. He missed my call and he called me back. And basically, we had a conversation, and I made a recommendation to him that could we please just do a letter, and then you will send it or drop it at my office or you drop it at my house. I'm doing now, so that I can send it to my lawyer and then on the way forward. That was just a conversation. After we got this phone in less than 5 minutes, there was a very huge police presence, right here, and they came entering the small house that I used to live in before. I told him that I'm living in the house that I lived at the one I used to live, and then where I am now. We just needed to tell we don't agree to what you say to us, and we need you to come to the station, and then I will call my lawyer and tell my lawyer, let's do it this way. Or to we just, I don't think it's fair, bro. Yeah, it's not fair.
Representative Foko, there's this video circulating on social media, and according to some, supporters of the government, they are pointing fingers at you that you are threatening to burn the Capitol building. Do you care to explain to us what did you say in the video, and at what point in time did you say what you say in the video?
Yeah, so people. The full coverage when I was in section, even from section, where there was the issue of the LPRC bus, where the issue has to do with the $9 million that was taken from EcoBank. So I thought at the time, the people shouldn't have compromised the police. I was cautioning them to not compromise the decision, and all of our citizens needed to know exactly what happened to the $9 million. Okay. So I thought that it was not a matter to go in committee room, to go in secret, because our people are suffering. JFK is not good. Okay, Retention Hospital is not good. Local hospital in Grand Pass or in Lupa, in Bon County and other places, public hospitals, no medication. Or somebody is about to play with $9 million that there is no account. Okay, so the right thing that's supposed to be done. So while they were trying to compromise that, I spoke secretly. And I told them that was in, I think, June or July. That is not yesterday. I didn't talk yesterday to the press. I didn't say anything of such. Okay? That was the end. It was respected to the session. Like if we cannot prioritize the Liberian people work, if we cannot prioritize, and you know what, the Liberian people are to benefit from us. That was a figurative language, but that was not done yesterday. So why are they even editing the video? Okay, so I guess the real version of the video that is taking it from section. Yeah, so you have to put it to let your audience see it. Okay, that was what happened.
So now looking at it from this point, now, it seems to be the government is trying to link this entire thing on your head. What next? Because they've been at your home and you're security come first. What do you think to do?
Yes, so what not to do? I will definitely report myself to the task of water. I just listened to, but I'm waiting for my lawyer. For him to come to advise me on what to do, and then we can proceed legally. This doesn't come from violence. Against violence. This doesn't come for fight. It doesn't come for any problem. The honorable thing to do is to go to the law if there are inquiries and the police want to know what happened. I should be going there to go and explain to the police what happened. The best thing to do is to invite me. Is not to
So before I turn the phone over to Jala because he wants to ask you, is your political leader, the former president of Liberia, George Managua, aware of what going on. You coming from the CDC, one of the staunch members and one of the persons, defending this European House of Representatives.
So realistically, I think it's not about George Weah. It's not about President Weah. I think this is about the law and the rule of law. Let us come in our go to George Weah. The best thing George Weah will tell people, let's do the right thing and go. And I'm prepared to do the right thing. He will ask me, focus, do you have a lawyer? You have to get a lawyer and go there and go explain the side of the story. I mean, so I mean, it's not about President George Weah. It's about respecting the rule of law. But it's just that the way the court they just make me to feel insecure, the issue of my security matters. So we're waiting for a lawyer response, and a lawyer will be coming up as soon as possible.
Will you go there today or tomorrow?
Yeah, once my lawyer advised me to even go there now, I and my lawyer will get his car around here, out of me, and I go there to listen to what they want to hear from me, or give my explanation, what they want to do. I'm even in my house. I mean, if they want to arrest me or whatever, I don't know what they want to do. I'm here. Like I told you, I will not take a step away from my home because I don't think this is necessary, and we shouldn't run a country or we shouldn't run a government. I'm not a fugitive. I'm not a criminal. I mean, I didn't cause any problem in the country. I mean, there's a fire that you have not even come up with a report. You have not. Yeah, you have no proof to show what you're saying. I have no idea. So how do I spend Coco? How do I burn the building down? How? It's not possible. But the reason people may ask, "Oh, you do relax?" Yes, I'm not gentle because I mean it's not my doing. I have never done it. I have never thought about it, and I will never do such. And when you listen to all of my interviews in the past, I'm one person who can speak against violence. So I will not do that. I don't have that history. I will not do that.
Okay, Honorable Foko, Jala wants to ask you. Let's just have Jala asking you.
Yes, so my uncle, welcome to the show again. But I'm concerned that if these things about invitation, I know very well the case with Roland Kine and the former assistant minister at the Ministry of Finance, I just forget his name, a disaster took place in Makini. Men were slaughtered because of land. The government at the time invited the vote in the legislature asking the state to turn over Roland Kine over to the executive for prosecution. But in this case, it's not one, but you've been barricaded by armed police and SYZ. I don't know what is happening. How do you see this? Do you think when you go there, we're going to get approval of the legislature you'll be incarcerated?
Well, if they want to incarcerate me, if you think that the best thing to do, I'm available. Let them do that. They can do your moving square because I didn't cause them a problem. I did not do anything wrong. So if they think the best thing to do is to incarcerate, to hit on me or I don't know why anybody has with me, but I will go there because I respect the law.
But do you trust them with your security?
It's not a matter of trust. They are still security. Gregory has already had a press conference. So, they are the security. They are there to protect life and property. So, if they can allow me to be vulnerable in their presence, that's okay. The country will judge. History will remember us. And
yeah, so I'll leave it that way. Okay, say that. So you say that?
Bring it, let me see.
I think we're going.
Okay, then no problem.
Let's go to discussion.
But I think he has been able to make it very clear. And yeah, he's not in hating. I don't know why the government wants to make things out of no. Why making it?
This is my concern, Sigo. You are putting unnecessary pressure on yourself as a government. Why are you creating sin here? As though we are at war. But let me say this to you. If the government just take war to the city, I know citizens. I was here. I am a sympathizer of George Weah. In 2017, my political godfather from Liberia took me to this man called George Weah and said, "This is my son." I was a manager for Love TV. He told me that.
Yeah.
I know. I believe in, I know the spirit of the CDC at the time. So if you talk war to the CDC, do you think they will leave a line on there? If you arrest anyone citizen based on hearsay, they go. You didn't really line that.
So yes, right?
So what I'm saying short is that Foco remains innocent until it's proven otherwise that he's guilty. Based on the investigative findings for the National Fire Service, it's not the first time fire. This is one of the judges we have. He said the chairman of the Unity Party, the motivational speaker.
Look at Tape. A horse got on fire. Yeah, why did I say that?
They say the government say he's not portraying petrol bomb in the house.
Yeah.
When the fire service want to investigate this, what happened was that the man left the how you call it when you put the wall.
But imagine that.
They both say the man left the thing to put the wall. How you call it? The thing you put the wall to put it let off to charge your phone.
The receptacle? Yeah.
You know, somebody can put a I was gonna say, let me there.
You think that means these small words are very.
My sixth grade student, you know, yeah, so I said, yeah. I said, please, there. So I don't know. I didn't need to get people off. I really didn't say. Yeah. So I said, this to me, and then she said, I said, oh,
So they're getting older now.
Yeah. So the point when they say, nobody put the house on fire. The men left the chargers or the extension cord.
Yeah.
When you go to bed at night, every time they send me text messages every day. Tips. When you go to a house,
remove them.
Yeah, put it in the middle. When you get solar, put it in the middle or cut it off. They do that effectively every time. So you go into bed, the extension cord for the wall. But look at that happened left this in the wall in the other room, and it burned and caught fire. When the police went in, they realized that the extension cord was still in the wall, in the receptacle. There where the fire service said that there was no arson attack, but it was negligence on the part of the residents. That's how fire service report. Unless now there have been no report about whether some appliances left on the Capitol building or the shot that was there at the time. They said they saw fire coming in the receptacle, nobody did choke or whatsoever, the generator room. They not investigated that. They were based on Capitol Hill talking about removal of speaker.
But listen to me.
They were based on Capitol Hill talking about passing budget.
Jalan.
On Capitol Hill talking about how to replace our police who have been elected for 3 years and having to others for 3 years on waste and finance whatsoever. They are abrogating to themselves that they don't have.
When listen,
they neglected that important fire safety measure.
The place that got up with fire, right? Yes. The place that started with the fire process. It is a place that is currently under renovation. I'm telling you. So why if those of the people that are working there that have done certain things mistakenly, right? Maybe left something. I'm just saying something. I'm not saying you understand me, right? Because people are working, using appliances, doing this thing, using other things from one place to another place and all of that. I'm not saying it is what that caused the fire. I was just trying to make some sense here. But then, how do you come to the point in this rush now inviting Frank Afoko? So only Frank Afoko you invited out of the 73 lawmakers from the House of Representatives? So only Frank Afoko? So only, in fact, you listen to what Frank Afoko said, right? And also you listen to the police. The guys are creating tension in the country. The government is soft. It is creating tension in the country. Are you even going to the home of a certain lawmaker? When you call the lawmaker and the lawmaker said, I'm willing to come, just officially invite me.
Yeah, then you send people.
Then you send people going ahead. So what's your mindset? You have a perceived mind that when he gets to the place, you could do something else.
Different strategy.
Very good.
This is government. This is the right government.
Very easy.
Government has a history of torture. In the past, when my uncle Makeke was vice president, there were 2 deaths reported on his administration. Harry Green, former air president, was invited to LG where the lawmakers are now.
Yeah.
The I told you this, I wasn't know. They go back to that wasn't.
Not really. So the people
Also, people that they paid the $2,000 US to our air management. Yeah, $1,000. $82,000 US paid to the management of LRG. Anu Hofwe, the man who is the head of living, that living in Kano, even the opposite SOS, that where living is. That man is the manager for living and the head of how you call it, RLG. They paid a whooping $82,000 to the manager of RLG just last week for compensating the lawmakers. And you know what happened? The owner even estimated that because they pay 250 per night, they say they'll pay 150. So if they are paying 250, I'll pay over 50,000, right? So that's what I'm getting to. The whole thing is whole I think the government needs to be close. But again, these things, if the government does well, when I'm here, I will always talk about it. If it does well, we'll talk about it. But again, yesterday I had that board information. Gregor Como is noted for killing people. He has threatened my life. He has threatened your life, threatened Ed Williams' life, and threatened Wilson Bladden's life. They said, we are the ones that are being forced. Look, you are causing more problems for the country. Everybody will talk is a good man.
So listen.
So they can come out. But man, so what do you do? How it benefits you? If you took the life of a former Liberian just because he disagrees on your policies. Yesterday, I posted said, if His Excellency Ambassador doesn't dismiss Gregor Como, this country will sink into mess.
When we're getting there.
When I posted yesterday, people can't see me. Gregory and the senior brother, we are friends. But you want to play the kill me and kill me because disagree with you.
Yeah.
I forget they like dissent. When you have a dissent opinion, they go after you. But the more you do the right thing, we'll talk about it. But in every also we're not running for here.
No, but I think the government needs to be.
But you know our plan? I'm going to write the press to Liberia tomorrow. I will write a US embassy and I write EU all the different embassies on here. I don't really like do let me say one thing. Don't say because Java has only work for the years.
But you can count where we want to. So do we need something for a breaking and suffering the time? You can get visa and anything to do for him that I
This person called Joseph Bola does not dismiss Gregory. It will be because of Gregory, this will go down into flames. See what happened yesterday?
But you saw the US embassy release?
Yes, the embassy really go.
Let me read what the US embassy says.
Yeah, and Gregor Como will bring this country into flames if Joseph Newman Baka doesn't dismiss that rebel called Como. This man is you have experience with the William Moruba. He's an experienced police officer here at one point. Yeah, anyway, for over decades. Even they wanted to, he's a counselor, a lawyer, a big brother. They are experienced in a place. Who can be police director? But Gregor has come in his face from
we are judging, telling who to be.
I want to say that if the president does not dismiss Gregor, this man will call for the
Sure, certainly.
People have gone to protest. Barack Obama, former president of the free world, stated that protestation in everywhere is a fundamental right of the people. It strengthens democracy. He made those statements when Ellen Johnson had gone to deliver a General Assembly. When Liberians were protesting with crackers in their hands, about killings in this country. You kill Harry Green, you kill Councillor Allison, or anyone. When the US president said these things, now you go pick people and wound somebody and say there's no gunfire there. This look, if the police are just giving the guys 10 years ago and stand there and protest a go, who are being the thing? But instead, I told you are the one country in the protest. You are police officer, or you are officer, or you've been given a mandate by America was there go there.
Yeah.
When they did it when you're beaten.
The mayor has said that there will be no protest in this country.
We'll
play you that.
Let me play that, but let me just say this. Who is Como?
To determine as to who should protest or who should.
Yesterday, when they Como was in America, eating hamburger, because Ellen empowered him to go there. They see George Weah going against it. When George became president of the country,
they appointed him.
He was there, I believe. After a few months, George Weah playing to NBC and Director General.
Yeah.
Everybody because of his attitude, African behavior. Not that person.
Is it they used to work off and play all four everything. So you bring in your 21st
they rain on it. He said, "We don't protest. Who are you? The power of the people more than the power of the government is the people who give the government power. Not you, Garigo. Who dare you say that they don't protest here? When you were here,
when you were in
when George Weah was president, when there's a protestation here, with a new police administration, they were giving food and water to the protesters. When we are campaign, 50 billion has gone missing the election. Even the small people said the money are missing. We said to the family that missing from the covers in mobile exercise. And the person was no money are missing. You said the most there. You go the Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
You put from me and think around here. You allege that people say they have done for in the midst of that. But the sooner the guys with food and water to the protesters. Then who are you? Let's be like.
Okay, so let me read the U.S. Ambassador's call, which is very important. Yes, very good. So, years ago, this is what the U.S. Ambassador Neil Monrovia posted on our feature, page. It says the U.S. Embassy condemns yesterday's violence on Capitol Hill. Citizens, listen. The U.S. Ambassador. Oh yeah, the real government to be aware of. Listen to what it said. Citizens have a right to express their views peacefully. And violence is never the answer.
Never the answer.
Political differences should be resolved through an open political process. So when I say through an open, these are some of the ways that people go through and express themselves on political issues. The Constitution gives the right to Liberians to protest. Did you see anybody yesterday have gone? Did you not have gone? It was the police that went, and they according to media reports, they started shooting loud bullets.
Africa reported that.
Yes.
But this is the published Africa the government relies on. When they say they want, they say that from Africa.
Yes, so Africa reported yesterday and all parties to remain calm and resolve the impasse on Capitol Hill so that the legislature can return to work on behalf of all Liberians. These are not good signs for any government. Do you think any serious investor will come here in a place you see every day when the president do all along, the premier will do the all along, the premier do the all along, the all along will happen. In the first year under the governance of Joseph Numa Baraka, this is what is happening. Huh? Look at where in this world are police they want to go to a law because
yeah.
And based on perception, because the people they have edited video and they post it on Facebook, and the police say, yeah, evidence there. So you think you can get invite people? Is that how the guys are running the police? They run the police as to say they run the police on perception. So one day Gregor woke up because they say, oh, like the last time when we saw someone here with a weapon, if we couldn't report it, One day, everybody said, "Oh, we're doing drug deals there." Like what he used to do, it was all he was getting money. Yes, good money and all that. Oh, yeah. So how do you bring the police so low to the extent of going to someone's house based on what you see on Facebook on perception? They may say they think, whereby in fact they don't think about removing these people.
Yeah.
Then you using that woman, and very simple. These people now are giving fake information that is for free prices in the main office. The Liberians know that the block of Fulani is not going to work. It is a propaganda they are running that is for free prices in the main office. So when the police be independent in the investigation, she's going the way she's going. What becomes of the investigative report? It will be they won't be anything sound. They won't do anything independently. They will get choose to go on someone opposition president and put someone ahead. Let me say this about if Joseph Blatter is not careful, right? He's in the prediction. But yeah, that's listen, I can be all set up in there when they want to do. They want it. I'll pick you up. But they can do it. I know. They got most of them, you know, they've been trained, success and all of that. I know very well I can hear most of the notorious criminals. You know, guys are being well down everything. Police officers. Yeah. I mean, the guys who go police officers. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got them. Yes. And then they just go ahead and do what they're supposed to do and all of that. So, like I was saying, right? Let me just conclude on this. The peace of this country, yeah, so, 2 minutes. The peace of this country lies on the head of Joseph Boakai. Let me say this to Joseph Boakai today. Maybe he has failed to understand. If this country will be peaceful, Joseph Boakai should learn that he needs to be peaceful. How can you become a peaceful person? Allow all of the three branches of government to function well. Allow the rule of law to be respected. When the people of this country continue to see you, Joseph Boakai, knowingly violating the laws of the country, then you think that the Commonwealth will respect the law? No, people will start taking the laws into their hands. And the reference to remain is the president himself is not respecting the laws of the country. Because the president himself, when the president is, they will do their everything. Let President Boakai understands that this country belongs to everyone. It is not for a few individuals that will do anything you want to do. But on the point where we're in other people, even the government, let's say this. We're moving to January. The government should be willing to carry us to jail because there are broadcasts we will carry out. Because we will carry out broadcasts until the end of favor, not in favor of the government, not in favor of the opposition, or we will do the broadcast of the real thing. Yes.
In the broadcast, we based on truth telling.
Yes.
All of this we say, we are not manufacturing them.
Yeah.
These are things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
If the free word, that statement,
yeah,
violence is an insult, then who are you? I'm thinking simple where the chief executive is will go to South Africa again.
Like or they will look for one of the churches.
Or that the government building them.
No, I'm just saying maybe they will not be compared to one of
the because he is under obligation to deliver his speech.
It is a disgrace to the presidency or the governors of the country. Why? Since this whole major functions are being treated as if they are not major functions. Armed forces, they under his watch, we could not have the real armed forces day celebration. Yeah. You understand me, right? The inauguration. It was what do I say? It was a fruitful inauguration. At the end of the day, the news that the people carry, the newly elected president in their own state. therefore, the first annual message under the stewardship will be, taken
not at the seat of the
of the
legislature.
legislature. It tells you that whatsoever that brought them into the presidency, they're not happy. If you're gonna always say you do everything to become thank you, Jala. You almost gonna be on it. Thank you, my brother.
This is Alpha Blood. Let me welcome my brother and friend, the big brother, Mr. Tanu Sosis Kabah. How are you, Mr. Tanu Sosis Kabah? He's falling on a large piece of feet, and this is set in his office. He's the head of program quality and delivery and Play International. Mr. Tanu Sosis Kabah, head of program quality and delivery, Play International. How are you, my dear brother? This is Voice of Liberia, 104.1. My name is Jala Greyfield. And the nation's LA. Remember Jala Greyfield chapter 1 verse 1. Let's talk and talk and talk, and now shall we fight? In Bon Country, my mother's land. They call me Kien Aglu. It means in Africa, Kenya. Small boy can do it, the baby can do it. Or you come in yellow one to go. It means the last amnesty on the head of the cat. Only the stupid cat, the stupid rat, brother. The stupid rat goes after it. When you go there, the cat will kill you. As long as you are hungry, you are a rat. The last amnesty on the head of the cat, no rat plays around it. It's only the stupid cat that rat that plays around it. When you go to Lofa Country, my father's home, even though grew up in Bon Country, in the civil domain where they call the peace land, where the nations, the home of Lofa Country meets to settle the issue. Coming in Zobo, the son of a warrior. Keep your calls coming now. Let me read through the messages coming. Coming after the messages have been read. 070 90790. Babylon shall not stand again. Anita Pierce, how are you this afternoon? Anita Pierce, where is Benedict Kula? Benedict Kula, rather. It means security. Calling on Jesus Christ, save I and we call it on Anita, save I and we call it Adonai. I go sing anymore. Welcome to the show, Imana Moras. Welcome on Puebla Road. The Ati took by Washington Community Project. Don't Milton watching from somewhere. He said, internet is breaking. This is Liberia. Then it goes fit. Washington Citizen Project is Dati Toba. Watching from Bon Country is a man called Duson Kekula. Matilda Kato, falling from the home of Monofoko. Mangeo Balai Array earlier, gentlemen. We go up. Paris, we are watching from New Town. Yes, Array. Adam Queen watching from somewhere in Monrovia. Yellow Money watching from somewhere. 19th Mohammed Prince Junior, Senior rather, watching from Program. Thanks for the pro. Another positive program. Veteran Jala, how are you? CEO Prince. Properties, watching from the comfort zone. Belizilla is just watching us. The continuous gold mine watching us. Yes, that's all I watching us. That's what we say watching us. If you never really just watching us, how are you? But simply you watching us. Simply you not you. So I can go to watching us. After we keep watching the blue country, this is what I watching us. We have a battle watching us from our administration program. Program was watching us somewhere. Jara and Kaplan Kumi. Welcome to the show. The Lion of Pastor Washington Square. Who the judge of Washington, the Center for Nobel Society, when people watching from the road, I say, I even have that. Even other than Washington, Germany, even other than Washington, other than welcome. Without the guys, Sadu Sabo, the president is not very yet. I hope I can show you one person somewhere. I know. Management without the family I'm watching. Mother's down, like it down, rather. Michelle, come on. Unify has a record of 20 major broken guns in Liberia. She's the first major party with having donors holding to some black lives. The monster was burned. Fast forward, the Unity Party became led by this black life. The federal building of Liberia has been burned again. Same fire. New. CDC permission to clean up the line. What happened was last our branch, last our branch, the washing mills, mills, washing the garbage there, Utaka, Kamu, washing the Lebanon police, while the Lebanon police were invite corrupt. Listen to the guy watching the content, Lando Kabal watching, following, watching from somewhere. Sanitary water for Germany is that sanitary for Germany. The cheapest of the federal building where the major block of the national system was burnt at all. Language is fucking fast. Sanitary center. Sanga William Gate. Washington Gun Master. Rebound Sunday. Washington from the system that has stress disappear. Things of fact. Grammar one. Aaron has been watching. I said that in Miller, watching for Red Light, Christopher Red People watching for something. We didn't kind of watching Sunday for me, watching for somewhere. Maybe extra uncounted Sunday for me. She goes watching from the moon. My son is Puerto Rico, Washington, California. John Tower, Washington, from the lower John Tower, Washington, as the foremost is still speaking from that Hollywood. Hallelujah. MS Washington Center. Super B. Cooley, Washington Eagle Function. Jeremiah Power, Washington somewhere. Ambassador Morris of Norway. Following. Get to where the following is at the Valley. Please G43 or please people watching. Welcome to the show. Let me take a photo. 20 25 minutes. 07 90490. Those of you want to send text messages, send those 077 I'll read them. The first caller you'll get to listen to. 1 minute 30 seconds. Good afternoon. Thank you. I think
out of blue one, and there's just a guy people have this view. So I just want to view everybody set up this view. Because Lincoln start with us to everybody you have a start people like you that go in the center. The high bar is up there, but the saying that it's almost up the video, the ball, the but then and police to how to have the lead, I believe in it, what happens to you, to get up on down, and you want to be to be the on that issue that happens to get that. But we will get to that. If you want to let it then when you know, if you will not allow power to be arrested by the government after that, to be arrested on something, to be arrested on something, or do it on a contract that was put down there to be the members of our people and not making the leader. We will move exactly in making campaigns and talking about thank you. Thank you. I just said yes. Oh, you don't do? No. Why? If I were you know me, I would be fine. So that was the fact when I did the press conference the minister out of police, they said okay. They have not that it's completed, but my youth was a me. Okay. He was after the police. That's all about the police. So they can get a like net, you know. We bring that to be funny. Police getting a very communication. 2 days they take the out of information. He was ready. That message was pretty good. I need to have all right. We have to think in a way to thank you. Thank you, sir. Let me take having the other problems that the legislature are heading to the police, and also that people on Twitter there based on the but my other on Facebook today that let me give a hustle. Marvin, welcome. How are you? Thank you. Good afternoon. An opportunity to be on the radio. Yeah, what the post to me rather because I just saw you posted and you busy yourself and happy on top of you. Is anyone happy with that? All Manila Liberians must instantly move south from this and incident because it does not represent this country, it does not represent the individuals involved, and you know our society is political. I have this using my photo all over and trying to look with such a thing to have containment and order the government to launch an immediate investigation and they are perpetrators and those perpetrators must be brought to justice because a few days and weeks ago, there's the same issue. We had the same incident in the very building. The few of them, majority black went there, I think put the fire situation under control. Fire service was there, there was no report. We were let go as what did happen. What brought the fire in the building? The school staffers were there from the whole year. They repaired It was a letter for short. It was based on that there were no formal reports that were brought into the public as what happens the first time. And this is a second time that is very great. And all of us support the president to ensure that anyone linked to such an attack on the democracy of our country must be investigated.
Now, one of the police president of Mr. Trump, Mr. Foucault, is being accused of being behind the building. Right now, as we speak, just a few hours ago, there was a huge police presence at his home. He told us that he was indicted for yearly asked with a letter of invitation. What does that mean? Does that mean that he's compared to the whole thing that happened?
Well, that could be if I myself did receive a call, the letter I said to return the call, and the person told me there was a mistake, and I told him it was not a mistake, it was intentional. One time, called me around 9:53 this morning, almost 3 different times. Later on, I was in the bathroom, when I came outside, I returned the call, and he said there was a mistake. I mean, this is
They called you 3 times and said it was a mistake.
yeah, then he told me it was a mistake. I returned the call. The numbers are 077
Yeah, that's a police number.
2
It's a police number.
Yeah, the 1953. That number initiated a call, and I decided to return the call and I told him it was a mistake. However, for people like us, we have to condemn that all actions by anyone who tried to attack our infrastructure. I think our infrastructure to do with the politics that have ensued among legislators. So I think the invite to representatives are full. They know.
Oh, what's going on the Marco? What's going on with everybody's number? I'm telling you, it's on Messenger. It's calling the Messenger. Go ahead.
To the police station that we can get. The only thing to do is the police stand you and you have a bit of arrest. A warrant of arrest is true. It is still resolved to.
Oh, Marco, I think it's let me leave this line. I've announced the party. Let them leave the number. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, what I'm saying. We are going to uphold the rule of law and the tenets of our democracy must. We are here to help and ensure we will have an invitation of security and purpose of our country is saying, to do it. It should not be done on the basis of the witch hunt. And I think the first time the fire incident took place, all of the lawmakers who engaged with fire service, and they also should be invited. What the conclusions, the investigation that was conducted, that did it arrive at the decision of conclusions of that investigation. The police need to be informed about that. But if those individuals are not invited to the police station, who determine the cause of the fire, the first one in the building, and decided to take the decision to repair it or to do whatever, I think they need to be invited and they need to give answers to the police.
Now, so are you heading to the police station because I'm told of things something is headed there? Mr. Belay, other people think that minority part are headed there also because of the invitation as headed to
Yes, but you know why the thing here is the invitation extended to football. I mean, enough that the entire community of God don't have to be there at this present moment. But I empathize with him and I also English with him together. At any point in time, I will be able to.
has it been at the building in the office that affected by this fire?
No. My office is in
The new tennis building.
the new building that was constructed by the Chinese government.
But except for the tells you that it was in the other part of the building, the first floor, everything was fine.
Yes, we do assessment were done. You know, I have chaired the Rules and Administration for 6 years. I was responsible for extensive assessment were done during the speakership of the Buffalo Chambers and the lead Johnson W. I mean, we were advised by the class, like technician, infrastructure technician, and all. At the time, we were going to be catastrophic. We were going to come. When the rainy season, the entire building was flooded. You know, those people are children. something more like a stuff like that happened today. Come down. So like times the entire thing come down. I want to tell you specific lines that were destroyed. The weekend, the entire flooded will walk from the dome. So it has really God, the entire legislature and the government is we have was there before, and they did an assessment, and now we put it available. Thank you, Madam, for your comments this afternoon. Thank you. Representative Martin saying that they were warned, for the time, but the speaker at the dome up there, in the school, the series up there, that bill has real fitness. From time to time, today's signing the ideas. In the executive, to in similar fashion, it was an end, but it was another shot. Those wires are different walls. All those years. They seem very hard to deal in all areas of people and several governments into power. Those wires are rocky wires. There's a little more than a billion. The cost of electricity for all of those places. Those buildings are old. Even when you build a house after 30 years in a hospital system, you are correcting the personal wires that they let you do. I don't know what I mean. One minute, Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and work. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, sir. I saw you doing one more. But
as a who comes up behind you. For God is asking. You know, lawmaker, you make the things house, but you don't do it. At the level of the then the police didn't bring you one more your money to have the day. Well, I'm told who's invited by the people. The water shed. He said, it's going to be a water shed news. Thank you. Thank you. That's you have a fish out. Hello, welcome. You listen, welcome. Let's tell you. No, you know, we are, let's tell you. Thank you so much. And the next caller, let's hear you guys. Good afternoon, welcome. All right, let's say. Thank you. And this Kosia welcome. Watching from the USA, Kosia, welcome to Maya Bar and Washington, welcome to Bolivia from Winnipeg, Maya Masa Delingo, Roosevelt, Zoe, calling from Livingston, get to use welcome. Prince people, welcome. City, welcome. Kate Fasama Mitchell, Kate Fasama Mitchell, welcome as well. I'm still here. Maybe the comments coming to my line. I mean, my phone line. Let's put those comments because they are also probably listeners as always. George, George Jerryman says JB is not the Liberian leader who they wanted. That what he said this afternoon. He thinks for his farm. Okay. Thanks, one brother. The next one is this one. Afternoon vote Liberian leadership does not go by vote. This 50-year-old man wants to turn our country into mess. I'm Mrs. Josephine J. King from Parliament Cabinet. Mrs. Josephine King, that kind of things at the time. I'm several times Josephine King. Let me go to the next call. The next is let me read the next one. How you can do for a job? It's Brian M. Family. Calling you from the corporate town on thank you so much for coming to class. Teacher Jala. Thanks. Anywhere the best teacher. Maybe I'll be small brother because then my small brother teacher for y'all. I will be here. Without the big my name is Man Fatherson moving down. Thanks for the job. Let's go and let's see if it's will fail. For Mr. Blair, he was wrong for electing. We were wrong for electing. All right, thanks a lot. And let me read the next few ones. Jala, thanks for the show. I'm listening to you at Donnellsville Junction. Jeffrey says, keep your message. I will take a big letter. I told you guys the situation right Good afternoon, both Liberia. Watching you from Broken Farm and a Marshall home. I'm proud of you. Says. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. How are you? Okay. Yes. I'm doing what thank you. All right, let me tell you. Welcome, ladies. Get more questions at a time. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Good afternoon, President. And the promise he made with the devil during the last election to stop disrespecting past leaders that the only way this leadership can be better from culture can be better from Zuma Molaba. Yes, give me a question that will do. You know, give me a situation and I said to you, and these don't estimate this life. And I said to you, today and yesterday. I will put that on record. Even though there's no evidence in my phone to say you said this and you told me just to be studying wisdom, blood, and baby well. You better come and ask these boys. They're done on that side. They pay people to do this as talent hour. So we're serving diligently. We have to believe that we have to do that in our homes. If you come and blame your home family, the God has decided on us, you go free. I'll close very soon. We'll take few more times. Hello, welcome, let's hear. Hello, welcome, let's hear you. Yes, sir. We will let's hear you. Go ahead. Thank you so much for the analysis. The police is a big one to watch. Because the respect from our law with responsibility that the people my life. I'm not to my life, but we have the right to do it. That's a threat to my life. I will I'm my life. I have to do it. What else was the people? I'm saying that. So it is said possible action. The day he made a comment and the next thing the bomb was thrown into the energy compound, person be a suspect for that. So was the police want to have arrested him? Where the police officers are arrested him, were they wrong to have arrested the police authority? Was the police authority wrong to have him morally? No, they never have. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. The last caller for you. Welcome. Let's say, right. Okay. All right, let me take one. Hello, welcome. Let me take my hands. Hello, welcome. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Thank you, bro. Yes. We'll see you back on the line. The last 30 seconds. We gotta go. Okay. Adewa, if that is sending a call that you reach out for them, if I'm disappointed, I'm seeing it. The book is a book here. I'm seeing it. That's it. No, if I see what is going to say, I don't never see what I'm seeing. We are seeing it for improvement in the future. And mistakes have been made to effort. All right, thank you. Thank you. The next caller. Hello? Yes, let's hear you. On the female point, the last one. Let's say quickly. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to speak. So, I was to review when young better in the US said our audience is started. Please consider those who just haven't told and benefit down, you need to be very careful. We are watching defense. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. No, the issue of the audio not correctly is our problem. It is a problem in Liberia. Of these talk shows listen on the radio sometimes. The internet fluctuates. It is bad. Sometimes it is good. We make some improvement. I think I can look at it. And I trust William and to we have to expecting some things better. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.